Hey guys, and welcome back to another Spotlight Sunday episode here on the channel where we take a closer look at four-wheel drive or camping related products to see if they're right for your needs. Today we're checking out a bit of gear I have been personally using a ton as we've been traveling Australia and working on the road full time as we do so, and that's my PS300 Lithium Power Station from iTechworld. So I've had this little beast for about 6 to 8 months now, and honestly I've been using it a ton more than I originally planned. I basically picked it up because I wanted a way of running my laptop on my camp table away from my main canopy setup while I was editing on the road. But honestly, this has quickly become one of our main go-to charging solutions for all our camera gear when charging from the canopy battery just isn't convenient. As always with these videos, we'll run through everything I like as well as everything I dislike about this unit later in the video, but let's kick things off with the general specs. So inside this little box here is a 276 watt-hour LiFePO4 lithium battery, and that works out to roughly 21.5 amp hours. Tons of power to keep all your laptops and mobile devices charged up, and it can also run a small camping fridge overnight if need be. We've got a bunch of different outlets and ports on the front here to use that power, including a 12-volt cigarette lighter socket on the left, a DC barrel outlet, a bunch of USB outlets, including a couple of quick charge USB 3 ports and a 100-watt USB-C outlet. And of course, we have a 240-volt point here too, rated to 300 watts. Now that's not going to run your big appliances like coffee machines, obviously. It's just a nice small compact unit, but what I found it perfect for is running things like laptop, drone and power tool AC chargers on the road. It's honestly perfect for that, and it can also run things like a mini rice cooker or an ice maker from Kmart. Each of these three power sections has its own on-off switch, and you can keep track of exactly how much power you're using, recharging and have left with this built-in monitoring screen. It's one of the better ones I've seen, to be honest. It is super easy to read and tells you everything you need to see at a glance without being too over the top or complicated. Lastly, in the middle here is the charge port where you can recharge this unit from AC power, 12 volt through a cigarette lighter socket, or even with up to 80 watts of solar using the included cables. AC charging is of course the fastest method, getting this unit from empty to full in around 5 hours, but it's awesome to have those other options available as well. In terms of physical size, that's actually one of the things I really love about this unit. It measures in at 24.8 centimeters long, 16.4 centimeters wide and 16.9 centimeters tall. It only weighs 3.4 kilos and there's a built-in carry handle on top to make it nice and easy to carry around. Alrighty, moving on to what I like about this unit in particular, and the first thing is kind of what we were just touching on, and it's just how compact and portable this unit is. Now, space has really been at a premium on our big lap, and the fact that this is so nice and compact, even when it's in its little storage bag here, has just meant I've been able to add it to what's already a very, very full setup without it being too inconvenient. And it's also great because it doesn't occupy too much space on our camp table when we're using it for work. Next up, if you run a Starlink Mini like we do, you can actually power it using the USB-C outlet on the front of the PS300 instead of requiring 240 volt power. And that makes the Starlink a ton more power efficient because you're not converting 12 volt power up to 240 volt power and then back down to the 12 to 48 volt that Starlink requires. I've done some quick tests with mine, and once the Starlink system is up and running, it only draws between 20 and 40 watts through USB-C, which is pretty crazy. Thirdly is that this unit has proved to me at least to be incredibly durable, because this has literally been in this little bag bashing around on the other side of the canopy across some of the roughest tracks and the most intense four-wheel driving we have ever done, including the old telly track up at Cape York. It's been used in freezing cold snowy temperatures outdoors, and honestly it has never missed a beat, which I reckon is pretty impressive. And finally, I love that even though it's a nice compact power station, it still utilizes proper LiFePO4 lithium technology instead of the cheaper lithium ion that I do see some of the other manufacturers using for these smaller power stations. And that means it's going to be a lot safer to use. It's a much more stable lithium chemistry, and it's going to last you a lot longer in terms of lifespan. Moving on to what I don't like about this unit, or rather areas I can see room for improvement, there's actually a couple of things. Number one is that there's only one USB-C outlet on the front here, and nowadays with almost everything charging off USB-C, I just reckon it would be great to have a few more. Now granted, you can just pop a cigarette lighter adapter in on the left-hand side here to gain a few extras, but I'd just love for there to be a second or potentially even a third port added to the front of the unit. Number two is that it is actually possible to toggle that inverter on and off through this bag if the unit was to fall and something was to lean on that specific point to turn the inverter on. And that's going to remain on until you next notice, which could be a day or two later. And the unit's going to probably be flat by then and have generated a fair bit of heat. A couple of ways I reckon this could be solved would be to have a nice big master power switch so that if you were traveling, you could turn off the master switch and then it didn't matter what happened with all these other switches, the unit would remain turned off. Or maybe a simpler solution would be if that inverter had an automatic shut off after a few minutes of inactivity. But that is pretty much it in terms of dislikes. All in all, I reckon this is a great little unit, really well suited to people who have an existing 12-volt setup and just need a little bit of extra power that can be moved around to wherever you need it. We've been using this thing pretty much everywhere on our travels this year, from down on our camping table while we're editing, to up in our rooftop tent to run things like electric blankets through that little 12-volt outlet there. Must be very nice. Or even on the odd times we happen to stay in accommodation, we'll literally bring this in the accommodation with us, plug it into mains power, and then treat it like a bit of a charging hub with all those outlets on the front there. Genuinely been a really handy thing to have. But let me know what you guys think in that comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll catch you in the next one.